Present.
Commissioner Scott,
Present. Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Okay. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approve the November 8th, 2023 meeting minutes.
I have a motion.
Move.
Support. Properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Okay. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Next.
Item 1, under new business, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to a 15-month intergovernmental agreement with the City of Detroit for the Detroit Police Department's real-time crime center and ShopSpotter technology.
Move to support.
Well, who do we have here?
Good morning.
Oh, Tony.
Tony Guerrero here,
Okay, Tony,
Chief of Legislation, Grants, and Community Relations.
you're on.
Thank you. As the clerk just indicated, this is amendment number 2 to a 15-month intergovernmental agreement between Wayne County and the City of Detroit. There's no change in the dollar amount. It remains $474,991. This merely extends the term by 1 year for the Detroit Police Department's real-time crime center and ShotSpotter technology. This is funded through Wayne County's Operation Legend, which was a grant formerly known as Operation Relentless Pursuit. The grant funds were provided to Wayne County by the U.S. Department of Justice. This merely extends the agreement from January 1st of 2022 to September 30th of 2024. We would ask your approval.
Any questions from, Commissioner Basham?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I fully support the theory of this technology, but my question is this: black and white. How many crimes has this solved, or shooters have you found as a result of implementing $500,000 into the City of Detroit? Because on the other hand, people could argue, well, that would hire a bunch of police officers too. So how much? Do you have a number of the results that you've got as a result of this technology?
I do not have that available at this moment, Commissioner, but I will get that information and provide it to the entire commission.
I appreciate that so very much, because the theory sounds good, but also I've had people look at the other side of the argument and say you could hire live bodies to do community policing for that too. So I appreciate it, and thank you very much, Tony.
Your point is well taken, Commissioner.
And I'd like to say also that I thoroughly support this shotter or whatever it is.
ShotSpotter.
Yeah, ShotSpotter. Simply because they have been, I know of cases in Detroit where they have used this technology for and found and went out to to investigate shooting. So it is working. It's working. I know it's working in Detroit now. I don't know if any other cities have it, but there's been several cases where high profile cases where they have been able to find out that that guns were been fired in a certain area, and the police were able to immediately dispatch officers out there. I don't know that hiring additional police officers would be able to do that, simply because how do they know where they're going to be shooting? But this allows them to listen out or find out where these shots are coming from and all over the city, and then send them out. Commissioner,
and respond. Yes.
And respond. Yes.
So
Commissioner Kinlock.
this is a tool in the arsenal, because of course, we've all heard a lot of conversations in the media associated with the new technology that's coming online, both the audio and the visual technology. It is a tool to help them to solve crimes. We all know the exacerbation of crime since COVID that has occurred across this country. And so when we have new technology that come into play, I absolutely support utilizing those resources or those new technologies to help solve crimes and bringing comfort to so many people who are victims of many heinous crimes. But what I also am comforted with, and knowing here in Wayne County, that the prosecutor reinforces that or covered that with the policy from how she effectuate or sign off on any warrants. This cannot be primary evidence. And so it is something that is used, but it's not something that the courts solely will determine innocence or guilt. So it's not a primary tool for prosecution, but it's just a tool for the most part on the police side, from what I understand. Is that correct, Tony?
Your comments are spot on, Commissioner. And while it is not before the committee today, I can tell you that prosecutors worked on another grant that we will be coming back for your approval that specifically would allocate over $4 million merely to address gun violence. So you're correct. The prosecutor is out using every tool possible to take these guns off the street and to punish the offenders and keep our communities safe.
Yeah. And certainly it allows them to get there quickly enough to catch these criminals when they commit these crimes. They're able to get out there quickly and catch them before they can get away. I'm thinking of the lady who was on the west side who was shot, and through ShotSpotter, they were able to get out and catch the perpetrator.
So he hung around that long.
Well, remember, and one that they didn't catch because they didn't have ShotSpotter at that time was the lady who and they were let's say they didn't catch, and he had been standing there for a long time. Had they had ShotSpotter.
That makes sense. A lot of folks who commit the crimes are generally
Just
in the neighborhood.
Just hang around, right? And had they had ShotSpotter, they would have been able to get him because it records show that he hung around there for a while after he had shot her. Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The other thing too, technology changing for us, but I know they make silencers for guns. I just thought I'd throw that out there. But also a big part of this that hasn't been talked about, but it's part of it, relies on the state and federal governments dealing with people getting guns that don't have the proper research done on them. Like, do you have mental health issues? Are you a felon? All those sorts of things need to be incorporated into this too. Just by putting this ShotSpotter technology out there in Detroit doesn't actually resolve all the issues. So a lot of them is legislative. A big part of them is legislative. And so we need to look at a more complex resolution to this than just putting the ShotSpotter out there. But I think it's a good thing, and I'm going to support it. Thank you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I agree with Commissioner Kinlaw. This is just one more tool. Just one tool. It's not going to resolve all the violence that goes on, but it's just one more tool that the police can use to do their job. Okay. Now, are there any other comments? I have a motion from Commissioner Kinlaw and a second from Commissioner Martha G. Scott. Are there any other questions on this motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Detroit for its police department to collaborate with the prosecutor's office to identify homicide cases from 2015 through 2017 that have potential to be solved using DNA testing.
Tony, is that you also?
That is me. This is
Go ahead.
amendment number 1 to an intergovernmental agreement, as the clerk has just indicated, between Wayne County and the City of Detroit. There's no change in the dollar amount. This merely extends the term by 1 year for Detroit Police Department to work with the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office to identify homicide cases between 2015 and 2017 that may be solved using DNA evidence. The funding for this is grant money from the U.S. Department of Justice to Wayne County. The amount remains at $50,355. This merely extends the term for 1 year from April the 1st of 2022 to September the 30th of 2024.
Okay.
I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so I have a motion from Commissioner Basham and supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Now, so do we have any comments or concerns or questions on this item? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Next
Thank
item.
you.
Thank you, Tony.
Item 3, revision of resolution number 2023-736, approving a subaward agreement with Western Michigan University Tom M. Cooley Law School for its Innocence Project to review and work to conclusion up to 250 cold cases involving claims of innocence where biological materials may be available for testing or retesting.
So this looks like Tony also.
It is me. And first of all, I want to thank the committee for allowing me to appear via Zoom. I'm out in Canton just concluding a police chief's meeting out here. Item number 3 here is the easiest one I've got all day. The committee has already approved this back on October the 5th of 2023. After the approval, it was found that there was a mistake in the actual account number. And if you see on your agendas, the correct account number is 817000. It's post-conviction testing of DNA. And the amount remains, I believe, $340,090. I'll answer any questions that there may be.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Martha Scott, seconded by Commissioner Clemente. Are there questions on this item? Hearing none, please vote.
There you go.
I'm sorry, did I miss?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Motion carried.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Tony. And you're excused from physically being here because even when you're virtual, you present yourself very well.
Thank you very kindly.
Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any.
G, public comments.
Would you open the lines? The Zoom line as well as the phone lines.
The lines are unmuted and we have no email comments.
Thank you. This is now time for public comment. If you have any questions or comments at this time, please go ahead and make them. This is, once again, this is time for public comments. If you have a concern or a question at this time, please go ahead, speak up. Last call for public comment. Anyone on Zoom or on the telephone who would like to make a comment at this time, please make them at this time. Alrighty, public comment is closed. Next, is there anyone here in the building who would like to make a comment this time? Anyone? Okay, next item.